Okay, I was just about to get back in my car, but I wanted to show you, I had the accident. I wanted to show you the damage that was done first. It wasn't really that bad, I don't guess, but bad enough to get my... Okay, I replaced the hood on my own because there's nothing wrong with the hood, but I just wanted it because it had an air inductor on the top and it has an air scoop, make it look a lot better. And it was coming off the car, I was picking the other pieces off of anyway, so why not? The fender here is kinked up pretty good. The door won't open, so I got to crawl in either like the Dukes of Hazzard or get on the other side and crawl across. And so I'm gonna replace this fender with the same fender that come off that other car, and also on the other side. And about right there, like on the Z28, it's got an air inductor or some type thing on there. And the front is completely smashed here. You can see it if I get down smaller. It's smashed in. What I've done already, just yesterday, I took the front end off this other Camaro. It was hard. It had a lot of bolts and stuff, and I got them all off, the ones that looked like were holding it, and then it still wouldn't come off, and I couldn't understand. I ended up having to take the headlights out, and there were some bolts behind there. So I got it off. I'm going to put it on tomorrow when I get off CQ and get the show on the road, because then after that I'll take off the fender. I'll probably end up taking the fenders off first before I put the front on, because I think that's how it should be done anyway. You don't have to take the front right back off to put the fenders on. So the light and stuff was smashed up here, you know, so I needed to get it fixed. I bought the car for $500, which was a steal. So that's it on that. I might get the door panels off of it. I don't know if you can see on this side. I had that for a long time. A little bitty thing that happened when I drank a little bit and drove, but it was one glass of Jim Beam and a Diet Coke mixed up, and I didn't even know I was gonna have to drive. It turns out I did. That's about it on that. I'm out of here now to go have lunch with Kirsten. Hi. You may not know me, but I drive this car. First of all, if you remember, I had an accident, and I guess what you could say first of all is I got a car from a guy for $500. I think I might have told y'all that. And the car was a Z28. What had happened, as I showed you before, was the right side of the car here. What was it? It was the right side. The right side had been crushed, so I had to replace the front cone and the right fender, or the left fender rather. And what I did was I got the Z28, and instead of just changing the left fender and the cone, I went ahead and changed the right too because of this air duct right there. I wanted it to look the same, so I went ahead and changed both. I changed the hood because I had the air inductor there, and that would be better for performance somewhat. So, now on with the story. I was supposed to get the car painted a couple days after the accident if it hadn't happened. So he had quoted me a price as being 1,700 marks, which at that time was about $1,000. And it's got some pretty bad parts on it, like the rust here on the back. And the door was real rusted out, all along the bottom. You can see some right there too. So what he was gonna do right there, he was gonna fix all of it, you know. And on the right side, pan out here, going on to the back, there's that little piece there. And there's some right up there, some rust on the corner there, and up on the top too, somewhere along here. Well, anyway, there's the dent. That happened when I was driving drunk, so there's a lesson to everyone: don't drive when you drink. It happened right when I first got the car. So he fixed that, and then it's a little messed up here on the top there. I tried doing the body work myself, but it didn't turn out too well. You can see it right there. Alright, so you come up to the front, there's the right fender. Alright, now, if you go down here, this is where the skirt was for the tire. You know, the holes right there. That was where I guess it was the spoiler kit went on. I had it before. I have the spoiler kit, but I didn't put it on because I didn't have anything for the back or the sides or anything. It would look stupid. The only thing wrong up with the front cone here is that tear right there on the end. Hold on just a second. Let me get that on here. That tear right there. I had to. I think I asked him if he wanted me to fix it, and I wasn't really sure if he said he would or if I could, but it don't matter. He'll fix it. So I got that. There's another little piece right there on the end. Looks like somebody had rubbed something. Another thing that would stop me from getting the paint job was right here where the cone and the body comes together. There was a big gap, about a quarter size, and that was because this dome is plastic, okay, and the body here is metal. And on this side of the plastic body, there was a thin strip of metal that went all the way up and down the length of the spoiler thing of the dome. And so I had taken off the old one and had broken the studs, and the studs had been tack welded in. In order to get them off, I had to heat it up, and well, actually I thought I had to, but ended up just pried them off, and the other one for the other side I just drilled through with a drill press. So I just want to show you how productive I've been since I've been in the Federal Republic of Germany, and I'll explain about the door now. The door. Now the door was rusted out, okay? So when I went there after the accident to get another price estimate, he said he could repair the door, but on the inside here, on the bottom, all off and down here, it was completely rusted, okay? So if he repaired it, he could repair it, he said, but he couldn't promise that it wouldn't rust again in a couple years. So what I told him was, I said, well, you know, I've been fucking with this car for a little over a year now, and the accident didn't help any. So I told him, I said, well, just go ahead and fix it. I'm not worried about it rusting. If it rusts again, I can fix it in the States or whatever, sell it or whatever, get a door, because this door was hard to find. What I opted to do was, instead of just letting him fix that and letting it rust again, I said, well, I'll go ahead and get another door. It'll be the last knuckle busting thing I do on this car before it gets painted, you know. So I went to this one trash dealer, and it so happens I went there looking for a black Z28 that a friend of mine said he had saw, and I was going to ask if I could get the door. The Z28 had been sold for 2 weeks. So he asked me, what do I need, and I told him. He says he thinks he could get me a door if he'll come back tomorrow. So I came back and he had it, but he wanted 180 marks for it, which would have been about 120 bucks. So I told him, is there some way we can talk down the price? He said, well, if it was my door, I could, but it's not. It's a friend of mine's, and I can't talk a price for him and all this. I said, well, let's get together and talk with him. He said, yeah, we can do that, you know. You might come down. He said, maybe if you need some different parts, I can get them for you. I said, okay. Well, I came back and I told him I didn't really feel like driving out there, and I asked him, what does he think about 150 marks, which was a little under 100 there. He says, yeah, we can do that. So I just went ahead and got the door. The reason it's all off, the inside is off, is because he's going to have to, it's not the same as my door on this side. If you look here, let me get close here. Use the macro here. If you look close, see these little pellets here? These little things? Well, they went to the old chrome trim that was on here. My other door on the other side, it don't have it. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to cut these off. And before I can put the other chrome trim on, which he would have had to take off anyway to paint the car, it's got to be cut off. So after he gets it cut off, I'll put it on. And the only way you can get to it is when this whole back side is cut off. So let me get focused in here again. I hate that. That's why this whole back side's off. It's sitting in the back of the seat. And there's that rim air it got me. I just got it a couple days ago, so I'm going to put it on here probably tomorrow before I send it out there. I don't want to pick up a car with different rims on it if it says a nice paint job. So I tell you, this door, oh man, I tried drawing a diagram before I took it out. I tried doing this and it didn't work. It ended up being an ass anyway. Just another, my hands are all scarred up, and oh, both hands. And not just that, but I mean every time I work on this car I seem to mess my hands up. But this is as much record for y'all as it is for me, because I want to, you know, show y'all what it looked like on all the hard work that I put into it before it gets painted. You can see up here too, that's some body work that I did a long time ago. You know, it's gonna look nice. So here we go. Now you have to pardon the dirty air cleaner. If I get close here and take the air cleaner off, you might not be able to see it at the first part of the video that I did, because Kirsten, I set the camera on the wrong setting. So that's the carburetor right there. It's a Holley 4011. It's one of the newer ones that they come out with that have a two-piece design to it that reduces the gaskets and all that, so less leakage problems. It's a dual line feed. You can see the dual line going to the back. Air cleaner, which is really nothing. There's the Performer manifold that I bought myself in the States and brought it back. It's Edelbrock. I got a 290-degree 454 lift crane cam in here with the lifters. There's the braided spark plug wires. I got a thing coming that's going to put them up and off the headers. There's headers on there and dual exhaust, and what else? We got something else in this damn thing, I know. Oh well, I'll think of it. It's got the radiator just newly put in. It cost 300 marks, which was about 200 bucks. I need to replace the fuel pump because it's leaking, and if you can look back there, the heater core things, I ain't got the heater core hooked up. Summer's coming, the damn thing was leaking, and I tell you, I took the heater core out once and tried to fix it, and it was a royal pain in the ass. I had to take the fender off, something from this side of the firewall, something from that side of the firewall, and then work it out, and it just ain't worth it. You know, I just wait till I get to the States and buy a new one, and that way, you know, it'll be cheaper and I can get it quick and all that. So what I did was I just bypassed it, so ain't not hurting nothing. The fuel pump, I said, but other than that, it's got, I'm pushing about 300 horsepower, close to it. I've got a torque converter, which I already sent the money for. It's on the way. I've ordered it, and it's about a 2500 stall speed, a little bit over 2500, because I really don't have nothing from the start. I mean, because the power range of the cam and the power range of the manifold, and you know, and the headers and stuff, it needs a good stall converter. So I'm getting that soon. But this was just to show you what it looked like before. I'm going down here, okay? I'm going here. You can stop it and then follow me down here, and we'll park, and I'm going to do something, okay?
Stop it now?
Yeah. The grill right here, red, the contrast to black, along with the covers here. That's the front. In the end, all it costed me was 1,800 marks instead of the 2,000. But he did a lot of extra work to it that he didn't have to. And there's my car again. Get a good shot at it. There's Kirsten in the car. Okay. There's some more cows. See, you don't really see much cows until you get out like near Munich and up near Bremerhaven and all that. So we're gonna go now and keep filming and showing you different things along the way. I'm gonna show you later on some money, some gas coupons look nice too that they have over in Italy. So we'll show you. We're going to Rome and everything. We'll catch it. We'll get back with this.